Hi, folks. Welcome to First Pitch, Ferrum College Baseball Show. I'm your host, Gary Holden. With me, of course, head coach Ryan Brittle. Hey, Ryan.
Good to be back, Gary.
How things going?
Well, on the baseball field, they could be better. In life, they're just fine.
A little bit of a rough week, but good thing is you get to do it all over again this week and bounce back. And
that's right.
I know last week you had a couple tough games. Eastern Mennonite came in here that looked pretty solid. Beat us pretty good a couple games and everything, and then we dropped a tough game at Roanoke. Had a tie ball game going into the 6th or 7th inning. And gave up a couple runs and everything, so they beat us. But then we came back the next day, bounced back, and beat Pfeiffer University.
Yeah. So we over the weekend we didn't play particularly well, and we ran into a hot Eastern Mennonite team.
Bats got really hot.
Their bats were hotter than a firecracker, and our gloves were not. And so anyway, we made 7 errors in the first game. Will Davis pitched pretty well, not his best outing, but pretty well, and gave us an opportunity to win. And we just couldn't make enough plays to stay in the ball game. And then the second game of the series was a blowout from the beginning.
Yeah.
We couldn't hold their bats down, and we ended up scoring enough runs in the series to win both games, but we just didn't do our jobs on the mound and then on defense to give us a shot to win.
How do the guys handle something like that? That's two conference losses and everything.
Yeah.
How do you bounce back from something like that right there?
At this point, it's a learning experience. I mean, obviously, it's not something that they take very well to. But looking at the next 2 games, even though we lost the game to Roanoke, we played pretty good in that game. We made a really a crucial error down the stretch, and I think it was in the 8th inning. It was a 3-3 ball game in the 8th, and the bottom of the 8th. We gave up a single to lead off the game or lead off the inning, and which is no big deal. They bunted him over to second base, and we fielded the bunt, threw the guy out at first, and we failed to cover third base, and so the guy went first to third on us.
Put him in
and
scoring
that
position.
kind of like opened up a little can of. Then we're trying to not let the guy score from third base, and you pick at the plate and you walk a guy, and then he gets a blue pit, and then you score a run, and then you walk another guy and they get a hit and you score 2 runs, and it kind of got away from us at the end. But our guys were ready to play that game. They were intense and focused and ready to win a ball game. We just have been having trouble getting the key hit to drive in a couple runs to put us up.
Left some runners on base,
and then that's what we did last night. What is today? Thursday. So Tuesday night. So Tuesday night we played Pfeiffer here at home, and it was a 2-2 or 1-1 ball game for a long time, and we ended up scoring a few runs late in the game to pull away. And Cameron Mullins pitched a really nice game Tuesday night. Devin Booth pitched a really nice game against Roanoke on Monday night. And so the guys responded. They responded in a positive way, and we ended up beating a solid Pfeiffer team on Tuesday. So that was definitely a good to see them bounce back and to play good baseball again. And man, it was a tough weekend, but I think we're moving forward. I like the progression of our team. We are still very young, but I like the progression of our team and where we're headed. We got a tough weekend coming up, though, on the road at Bridgewater.
Yep. 2 games with Bridgewater on Saturday starting at noon. Conference games and everything. Bridgewater's always solid.
Yep.
I think we have an alum that's up there, right?
Yeah, Taylor Davis is the assistant coach up there. I talked to him this morning, and certainly they'll be ready for us, and we'll be ready to play against them too. And we need a couple key hits and play some good defense, and Will Davis will be back on the mound in the first game, and we'll have an opportunity to win that game for sure.
Good. Well, we're excited about seeing that and everything. I'll have to watch the broadcast. I'm sure they'll have live stats and video going on Bridgewater's website and everything. So, all right. So after the weekend, you've got a bunch of games next weekend. Emory and Henry at home on Tuesday. Single game, correct?
Single game on
Tuesday. Single game there. Then you have a single game Wednesday down at Averett.
That's right.
And then we're back at home Saturday for another conference doubleheader with Lynchburg.
That's right.
That's another strong program there.
Yeah, Lynchburg's having a really good year. I think they're ranked 6th in the country right now.
Okay, so all right. I didn't know that. So
Yes.
They definitely are. They definitely are going to be good.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to seeing them play and everything. Any other things outside of baseball? Things going well with the team and everything?
Things seem to be going okay. We do have some bumps and bruises here and there, but we kind of had not a complete off day yesterday, but it rained all day, as I'm sure it did in most of southwestern part of Virginia. And so we hit in the cage yesterday, and the pitchers threw and ran in the fitness center down there, and we'll get back out on the field today, do some PFPs and some pitchers fielding practice, and throw some bullpens and take some BP, and we'll get ready to leave here tomorrow afternoon.
I was down at the fitness center giving a tour, and when the baseball players were all coming in, I knew the storm was coming and everything, and that storm really did come through last night. Did it tear up your field at all, or?
No, field's good. We left the tarp off last night because we needed rain.
Okay.
Rodney, the guy that takes care of our grass, he fertilized the field on
Definitely needed the rain. Yep.
Tuesday. He fertilized the field on Tuesday, so we left tarp off and let it rain on it. So I'm sure the grass by tomorrow afternoon, the grass will be 4 or 5 inches high, and because of the water and the fertilizer. But yeah, it's in good shape. We'll practice on it today. We can get on it right now and take ground balls if we needed to. So we got almost 1.5 inches of rain, and the next afternoon we're ready to go. So our field's draining well, doing good, and the grass will be growing.
I knew it was a lot of rain. I was driving back from Roanoke after dropping somebody off at the airport, and it was, I could barely see. It had windshield wipers on high, and I just remember thinking, boy, our fields are going to get really wet.
We had tornado warning here last night.
Yep, I was getting those. My phone kept on going off in the car. At one point, I pulled over in Callaway, and it said that it was northern part of Franklin County, and I'm sitting right in Callaway thinking, okay, I'm in the middle of it right here. I sit on the side of the road for about 5 minutes waiting for the rain to slow down because I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, so Rebecca last night, she goes, here's a tornado watch here. Is this for us? And I pulled up the radar, and the red cone, we the little blue mark on your phone where you are, and then the red cone is directly where the storm went through. Is right over top of us. Into that red cone was right there. So
I didn't hear of any tornadoes actually touching down.
I don't think so. But there was some lightning and thunder and a ton of rain and wind last night. So.
It was lightning the entire time coming back, and at one point in time it felt like the strikes were like every 6 or 7 seconds. Just kept lighting up the sky and everything. And there was fog coming through Callaway, so I couldn't put my high beams on. So it was pretty crazy. So
hopefully we'll be talking to you next week after playing some better baseball over the weekend, and these guys are good guys, and they grind it out, they work hard, and they're growing up every day, so that's a good thing.
Well, I know you got a couple guys on the team that have some decent stories that maybe we ought to talk with them before the end of the season. I know we've got a baseball player whose mom and dad both played sports here. Mom was in the Hall of Fame, softball player. Dad was a football player. And then we've got another player that's graduating early, 3 years, get ready to go to med school next year. Maybe we can talk about those guys next week as well.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
No problem. And we got 3 Franklin County boys who are all they all will live within about 5 minutes of campus.
You've got Grayson Chitwood. Who else?
Cameron Mullins, Devin Booth.
Okay, that's right. A couple pictures. Yeah, great. Well, maybe we can talk with those guys before the end of the season.
Don't call Grayson Chitwood a Farron boy, because he's not a Farron boy. He's a Rocky Mountain boy, but he only lives 5 minutes from here. I'm just saying.
You didn't like that term, huh?
I guess not. I don't know.
I definitely will not call you that. All right. Well, Ryan, thanks for coming on the show.
Yes,
folks,
sir.
Thanks for being with us, and we'll be back next week, somewhere between Tuesday and Thursday.
That's right.
I know we haven't been real consistent depending on the schedule and everything, but we'll see you one day next week, and if you want to catch the baseball games this weekend, check out Bridgewater's website, and the link should be on our website as well. So thanks for being with us, and have a great weekend.